Yeah, so um, we're gonna be going on a trip. I say we, me, and a couple of my buds, Dave and Jean, as I like to say, Jean Philippe, Jean Claude, and these are the same guys that I went to ECETI with. Jean Claude brought his wife Sarah. I brought my wife Evelyn. I just knew when I met Dave. Dave came to help the Money Changers event. Those guys remember them when they went to Sarasota. So he's like, "Oh, I'll fly down there and." I know Jay Snip 4. I mean, he knows me through YouTube. He's like, but I didn't know him. And so those guys stayed here in our RV, actually, I think. And he said, he's in town, should we invite him over? I'm like, absolutely, have him come over. So I met Dave, and then he helped over the weekend with those guys and giving, it was a real neat event. It was pretty neat. It's my first real like event I went to, Sarasota. And then, we came back to the house and all that stuff. And I think me and Dave were hanging out in the jacuzzi, having a couple drinks, just chatting about stuff. And, you know, there was just something about him. I don't know what it was, but I knew after I met him that I had to bring him with me and Evelyn and Jean Claude and his wife Sarah to ECETI, which is that ECETI ranch in Washington State. I just knew I had to bring him. I don't know why. I just knew it. So I tell Jean Claude, look, this guy Dave, um, he has to come. He has to come. So the next morning they say, we kind of meditated on that. We agree. We're not sure either, but yeah, I think he does need to come. Okay, cool. So we get to ECETI. Well, we get to Oregon first, through there to ECETI. We did a white water rafting thing. It was really fun. Never done that in my life, by the way. It was really neat. Just had a great time with them. All of us did it. And but we were at a hotel right across this river that's kind of the border to get into Washington State. And it had like this nice little cliff face, and like it was real neat. Nice little walk in the morning. You can go over there. And that was the night my wife, with her neck who was cracking, she went to the chiropractor a year before, almost a year to the date. And he pulled on her neck and cracked it. And then she's like, 3 days later, it was click, 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 and it would not stop. And it was going on for months and months and months. My mom had give her a reading and said, I think this is going to go away in about a year. And my wife's like, all right, whatever. But she's like telling me the whole time, how's this going to go away in a year? It's been months now and it's not changed at all. I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully my mom's right, but she could be wrong. Well, we're at that hotel. Jean Claude is a Reiki master, by the way. My wife has a dream. I also had a dream that night, but not that mine's not important. My wife has a dream that Jean Claude is doing Reiki healing on her neck and has cured her cracking neck. She tells me this in the morning. Oh my God, my neck has stopped cracking. And I had a dream Jean Claude healed me in my sleep, in the dream. Oh my God, it's almost a year. It's almost a year to the date. Your mom said about a year. This is all happening. We're waking up. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to eat breakfast with these guys and like tell them what just happened. They're not going to believe this. And then Dave had an interesting dream or kind of experience that night too. So it was really weird how just things like that happen. These dreams come, just stuff. So, but literally her neck was healed. It stopped cracking and has not come back since then. That was what, May of this year? Excuse me, last year, 2018, May. So we get to ECETI, and as we're pulling up, I'm feeling this like pressure right up here. It didn't hurt, but it was weird. Started feeling dizzy as I walked up to the gate. I was like, whoa, I'm kind of sick. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna throw up. I can't stay here. I feel like nauseous. We're gonna be here for like over a week. And then as we pulled in and parked, it went away. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not sick anymore. But this pressure thing never went away. It stayed the whole time I was there. But an interesting place. We did a little time experiment, which you can search for YouTube, JSNIP4 time experiment or something. There's a guy that had these old stopwatches, 3 of them. Me, Dave, and the guy did an experiment. I went to the energy portal rock, and the guy stayed at the picnic table, and then Dave went off the property, and we all agreed in 15 minutes come back. But for the first 15 minutes, we left all of the clocks, stopwatches on the table so we can get a general feeling for how far off they are in 15 minutes time. And one of them was off just a slightly, like a couple seconds, I think. So we did another 15 minutes, and it was off by like 4 seconds or something. You'll see the video. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I thought that was interesting. And my wife was taking pictures at that portal rock, and there's like these weird energy, like kind of rainbowish energy streams, like through the damn photo, like numerous times. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. So ever since Dave got there and left, he's been on like a awakening process, spiritual. He's like a healer. I don't think he knew it. He's like a spiritual healer. He's like a modern day shaman, you know? And I don't think he knew it, but this has like opened him up. So then I realized, oh my God, now I know why we had to bring him. Hello, it's painfully obvious. That's why we had to, that's why I was feeling, I didn't know why, but now I know why. So we've stayed in contact and all that. So we decided recently, you know, we're picking a time in the future here, not too far out, but we're going to go through part of the Southwest United States, go to some different areas. And there's this guy, there's an Indian guy, Jean-Claude was telling me about. I can't remember his name right now, but he's kind of come out. He's been interviewed 2 or 3 times from people, you know, interviewed and put on YouTube. And he's talking about like the old Indian ways and the knowledge he has. And I think he was kind of saying how like the tribe currently, you know, the kids or whatever, they're not into learning this stuff. Like they're just not in there. So his mindset was, well, you know, if I die, the knowledge goes with me. Like it's not being passed down. So I just need to talk to whoever wants to hear this and get this out there for anybody. And so some of like the elders of the tribe weren't real okay with that. You know, no, that's our information. You know, it's our tribe. You know, not secret, but you know. But he's like, well, what are you gonna do? If when I die, it goes away. So what? So we just take it, you know, and do nothing with it. So he's decided, you know what? I'm gonna tell people, you know, teach people. And that means anybody, even the white man, can learn from this guy. And so Jean-Claude's like, he's like, I got a feeling that we need to try to reach out to this guy. And when we're doing our little journey to the southwest United States and different areas, by the way, like we need to see if we can stop by and like talk to the guy and just, you know, just have a chat with him, you know. So he's like, I've already reached out once to see if I can get a hold of him. And I said, all right, keep going. Let's see where this leads to. But there's some incredibly, I mean, I'm not going to say it's ancient places, but it's like just energetically these big mountainside, like these big rock structures and stuff. I'm talking from places through Texas to New Mexico to even Arizona, I think even north of there. So we're going to do like a little bit of a trip. And, you know, again, at some point in the not too distant future. And just, you know, of course I'll be filming and GoPro and all that good stuff. And I don't know that I'll be uploading and doing it while I'm there, but I might compile it and, you know, when I get back or whatever, you know, just FYI. But I really feel strong about this. Like it's one of those things, like now that I went to ESETI and I did that, ESETI wasn't really for me or my wife. It was really, honestly, it was for Dave. And I didn't know that. I didn't know it. But now that I'm back, like I feel like, okay, my job is done over there. I don't have to go back to ESETI like, oh my gosh, let's go do something. I will say, I would like to get up on that Mount Adams and maybe camp out up there. You know, that's where the little lights twinkle around that mountain, if you know what I'm saying. Little flying lights. And we did hike up a good distance up there and during the day. And then he wanted to do like a little meditation thing, and it was real nice. And then we came back down. But he's like, you know, he's like, no, I want to like actually stay up here at some point and just, you know, we'll be real close to the mountain. You know, if we see some lights, we'll be right there. I'm like, now that's cool. I'd do that. But so there may be another trip in the future doing that kind of thing. But I think if I do, I'll be honest, if we do that, another thing like that, I might make an announcement, you know, on YouTube, like, hey guys, everybody, you know, Jean-Claude and my wife or whoever, we're all gonna go back again, ESETI Ranch at this time frame, this particular one or whatever, who wants to go meet us? Not necessarily meet us, but go with us and you know be there with us and hang out and do the thing or whatever. There's not a whole lot of lodging there. Now you can bring an RV and people bring tents and campers, and I've seen people. There was a lady there we helped get her little propane tank working. She just brought a tent and had this little mini propane canister. I mean, regular sized propane canister with this little heater thing. She said it worked real good in the night, because it was cold. Even though it was May time frame, it was still cold at night, and it was real neat. We had lasers in the shooting up in the sky to seeing little flying things go by, which most of it probably was satellites, but we did see a couple times of the thing power up. Satellites don't power up, FYI. So, anyways, we're going out. We're planning a trip. We're gonna go out and spend a little bit of time out there and see some very interesting sights. And I said, well, look, if we're going through New Mexico, and I mean, I didn't say, actually, Jean Claude already mentioned it right off the bat. Roswell, cha-ching, thank you. Little Alien, maybe we have to stay there. And I thought, oh yeah, heck yeah. And I think that there was it may have been, what's his name, Stephen Greer. One of them people, remember they had like this little rock stone, the little stone thing, and it had like I don't remember what it had, like some kind of symbol on it. And they claimed that this rock was found at the alleged crash site of Roswell, New Mexico, and it made it in his documentary. And I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool if we could find that area and just go walk it, just walk the damn thing, knowing that in 1947 that event happened right over here. If we're going through there, yeah, what the hell. But they've got these like lava beds and things out there that are like millions of years old, and it's like this black earth. You can go through there. So there's Indian tribes. There's so much stuff out there. I'm like, it's like calling us. It's like spiritual thing is like calling us. Kind of like E said he did, in a sense. So I think I'll have some really, really neat, high def, real nice high 4K or whatever video, drone footage. I got a couple GoPro 7s, and I actually already have them. I haven't had them for a little bit, and I'll get some good footage. And I just think, this great awakening, the old ways, the deep state getting taken out, this new enlightened era, whatever you want to call it, coming. Again, I remember Penny Kelly. I had her on. We were talking, and she's like, in 2018, the robes guys told her like, okay, now you can go ahead with your story. Like, now's the awakening time for people. I feel like this is part of that. I don't know what the hell my role is in this, but I know we need to go. I feel really good about it. So that's all. Just giving you a little update what Snippy will be doing in the near future, and look forward to showing you some really cool and interesting video and stuff like that. Take care.